Hi everyone, and welcome back to the blog. My name is Alicia, and today I am joined again by Richard of Richard A. Myers Jr. and Associates LLC. Richard, how are you doing today?
I'm well, Alicia, and yourself?
I'm doing great, thank you. So in today's video, we are answering a question. In our blog, we usually answer a question that's important to your clients, or we just talk about any topics that are pertinent to what you do. So today's question is going to be, what does it mean if you receive a Medicaid denial letter? And then if you are someone who receives this type of denial letter, are there any steps that you can take?
Yes. So often when someone is attempting to apply for Medicaid on their own, they'll receive a denial letter. The county's not always as helpful as they should be. So as we're going through that, we tell people first thing we need to do is get a copy of that letter and see what was the basis of that denial. Because also what often gets very confusing. So if anybody ever receives one of those, when you apply for Medicaid, you're applying for all the different programs that are associated with senior or nursing home care, which would include some that we're not really interested in. So, and it always seems that those are the notices that go out first. So if, we'll get a denial for those, but it wasn't actually a program the person was asking to receive any benefit from. So that's the first step, is always let's take a look at what was really denied. But the second time is we will receive denials. So what's important to understand of that is there are some important timelines to file appeals. So we want to make sure that we see those letters quickly, try to determine whether it was a program we wanted or not, and then find out what was the basis and see what's the best way to address it. So often we want to make sure that we're going to start off right away with some type of an appeal. But one of the first things we always do and encourage people to do, if you do receive a denial, file a new application right away. That a denial may be in error. It may be correct, but we're also preserving time periods because Medicaid can go up to 3 months back, or what they call retro benefits. So if there was a mistake because they missed sending a verification in or bank statement to the caseworker and there is a denial, we can fix it easily, but we've preserved a start date. So one of the other things is, believe it or not, caseworkers make mistakes. They will tell you they're the Medicaid eligibility specialist, but so often they may be new and they may make a mistake. So we have to determine whether it was a caseworker error or was it the applicant error. We would also then work through, making sure that they would provide the necessary assistance. A lot of people aren't aware that the Medicaid caseworker is required to help the person who's applying for Medicaid. So we want to make sure that assistance has been provided. But also probably the bigger thing is people who are watching this video, we want you to understand, and this may sound a little self-serving, but it's better to get the professional help beforehand. There are a lot of important terms of art that go along with a Medicaid application, Medicaid eligibility. And so people may not understand that. They may understand things and make a mistake with them, and there may be a simple remedy. One of the cases we had recently was someone who attempted to apply on their own. And they applied for their mother, and their savings account had $2,005 in it. Well, $2,005 is over the $2,000 limit, and they were denied. The caseworker could have simply said, what you need to do is spend some money at the nursing home. And she would, $5, and she would have been able to qualify, but instead they got a denial letter. In that particular case, there were some errors in the definitions that we're now working our way through that we'll talk in another video about some of the appeals we've done. But in this one, we're actually on that simple topic of $5 over. We're now currently in the Court of Common Pleas. So we've gone through probably twice as much money as she would have gone through had she just hired us in the first place, trying to fix something, because she lost several months worth of eligibility for her mom in the nursing home. And at private pay rates of $10,000 a month, you can add up a big accrued back pay if you're not careful. So one of the things is we want to tell people that sometimes it costs more to not get representation, and risk a denial letter.
All right, Richard. Well, thank you so much for telling us a little bit more about those options that people have. I think it's really important for them just to understand that there are steps to take if they do receive a denial letter. And it's not always, just taking that denial letter at face value and accepting it. So if that's you, you're watching this video and maybe you've received a denial letter and you're ready to take the next steps, you can get in contact with Richard and his team. You can do so by giving them a call to set up a free consultation so you can address any questions and they can get started on your appeal process with you. And you can also just visit them online at rmohiolaw.com to just learn about the other services that Richard and his team can help you with. Thanks again, Richard.
Well, you're very welcome.